to create as many jokes as they can on that subject. It's as easy as that. So the category is family. Give me some family jokes.
I find it unfair that parents are allowed to introduce themselves by saying stuff like, oh, mother to an amazing son, father to 2 amazing daughters, but people find it weird when I call myself a nephew to 3 gorgeous uncles.
My uncle's an alcoholic. Yeah, he's obsessed with breweries. He's like, we gotta go to a brewery. I'm like, why? He's like, well, you get to see how it's made. I'm like, I don't know. I like strip clubs. I don't need to go to a broken home.
When I was growing up, my mum always used to tell me, if you masturbate too much, you go blind. It's quite a weird thing to say to a kid. But then, like, 1 week ago, she asked me to drive her to get laser eye surgery.
I have a 5-year-old nephew, and the other day we were talking, and he asked me why my teeth are all yellow. I know. I told him it's because Santa Claus isn't real.
I don't have a good relationship with my dad, and I remember one time he called me, and that's the end of that
joke. My grandma died recently, actually, and we scattered my nan's ashes at sea so she could be remembered for doing what she loved, choking dolphins.
Y'all are going to jail.
I was actually choking my dolphin backstage.
Careful, you don't want to go blind.
A couple of years ago, I was in the garden scattering my grandfather's remains, which was horrible because he hadn't been cremated.
In America, we love La Familia and hate people who call it La Familia.
I read an article that said sometimes if a baby is crying, it could be as little a thing as they just have an itch, but they don't know how to itch it. So anytime my sister's baby cries, I just scratch it all over her.
I have a stepdad, or fake dad, or faux pas, and...
Shut up. Shut up. Like Americans know what a faux pas is. Come on, Dad. Did he mean a mistake? Yes, that's what he meant.
My dad was a functioning alcoholic, and he got called into work, and they said, you're a high-functioning alcoholic. And he said, how'd they know I was also high?
I recently went to a family reunion for a friend of mine in Alabama, or as they call it, speed dating.
I had a big argument with my mum a few years ago where I came into the kitchen, she was writing something down, and I said, what are you writing? And she said, I'm writing a bucket list. And I said, what's a bucket list? And she said, oh, a bucket list is like a to-do list, but it's different in the sense of it's a to-do list of things that you need to do before you die. And I said, there is no other kind of to-do list. And she got really angry, and she said, don't be cheeky. And I said, you look like an old bitch, and we quarrelled, and it was, yeah.
Calling your mama a bitch and you live to tell the story? Wow. That's white privilege. All right, y'all.